said all that, I want to say this one more time because I had a good question. This one was on Twitter from Darrow Olikos. He says, I really need a 10-minute video of you explaining power curve for the wife. So, happy to provide that for you. All assets, if you marked them according to a trend line, stocks, bonds, gold, silver, they all move like this. It's a straight line on log scale, exponential. It's the same thing as compound growth. It's the same thing as geometric growth. And so this trend line, if you grow it 1 year at 5.2%, 5.2%, 5.2%, 5.2%, this can tell you a few things. It can tell you doubling time, but it also just gives you a benchmark of where your purchasing power usually should be. People use CPI. Those numbers are like super doctored, so I don't trust that. I'd rather measure the stock market, measure the gold market. So the point is, over the long term, gold, even though it's screaming right now, and we're in very, very rich territory, over the long term, gold does 5.2% per year. That's actually about half of what the stock market does. The stock market over the last 15 years has done 13% per year. Add dividends, that's like 15%. So it's actually even 3 times the long-term gold trend. So that's kind of how the whole financial world thinks. But the wild thing about Bitcoin is we have this power curve. And the power curve is not a straight line on log scale. So as we go up in log space, all right, this is 100 times higher each level, base of 100. We don't get this straight line. And in my opinion, not enough people are thinking about this or understanding what it could mean. Essentially, at the end of the day, it means that it is more scalable. Networks grow this way. It's more sustainable. Unlike this chart, where you can just have a constant growth, you could figure out doubling time. For example, this is less than 10% growth, but if it was 10% growth, it would double every 7 years. With Bitcoin, it doesn't work like that. With Bitcoin, it's proportional is the word, right? And you have to calculate it, but the rate of growth for the Bitcoin power curve changes. It decreases across time, but it also suggests it's more sustainable. So right now it's 42% per year. It still is massive. It's way more than any financial instrument. But the number is about 12.7% for every increase in time or life of the network. It doubles, by the way. I don't know if I said that. But 12.7% increase in time, the trend will double. That's what it will do. It will double. So here, when Bitcoin was only a year and a half old, or let's say even when it was like 600 days old, it would take only 70 days for the trend to double. All right. Here, we're about 6,000 days into the life of Bitcoin. So a 12.7% increase is now over 700 days to double, or i.e. 2 years. 2 years to double. So that's exactly where we are right now. The growth of this curve is 2 years to double. And I can just show you, all right, roughly. Let's just look at the end of the year. All right, so end of 2025, we got 125K. Let's go now to the end of 2027. And there you go, and a little bit more. All right, so start of 2028, you double the curve. What I just showed you is a 12.7% increase in the life of Bitcoin. Okay, but as it goes, that percentage, or not the percentage, but the doubling time increases. So that's really the point of a power curve, is that it's a sustainable sort of network type growth, which in my opinion is really, really interesting because no other asset grows like that.